What is currently happening, programs? Today I'm going to cover everything you need to know about the Microsoft HoloLens 2. What is it, what can it do, what it's made of, and where you cannot get one yet. So if you want to know how to see into the future, then stay locked, enjoy, and I hope it helps. So what is the Microsoft HoloLens exactly? HoloLens is a 6 degrees of freedom wearable mixed reality device from Microsoft that augments your reality by placing digital objects over top of what you see in real life. This could be things like menus to navigate, a motorbike to repair, or a cadaver to learn about the inner workings of the human body. The headset is untethered, meaning there are no cables attached, and it doesn't require a PC to run, because all of the computing is done on the headset itself. The end goal of this headset is to eventually become some sort of powerful, functional, and wearable smart glasses that Microsoft is, for now at least, aiming at the enterprise and education sectors. The Microsoft HoloLens 1 was released in 2016 and sold for $3,000 to developers who wanted to build mixed reality apps for the device. And this week, the HoloLens 2 was announced at Mobile World Congress. When it comes to displays and optics, including resolution, PPD, and field of view, the HoloLens 1 was equivalent to having a 720p per eye resolution image at around 2 meters in front of you. In comparison, the HoloLens 2 equates to a 2K per eye image from a holographic display, so much sharper. And that also makes this the smallest and most power efficient 2K display in existence, which is so crazy. It is, however, worth noting though that the HoloLens is projecting holograms and not an image projected in a conventional way, like on a computer monitor, for example. And in this case, a 2K hologram isn't necessarily as there as a 2K TV screen due to the slight amount of transparency in the holograms themselves. But it is enough for the HoloLens 2 to allow you to read 8-point font, which is this typing here, so still pretty nice. But resolution only tells us part of the story. To get a more complete idea of clarity, we need to look at PPD, or pixels per degree. This is a number that tells you how sharp an image will actually look to the human eye. The higher the number, the better, with the sharpest possible image that the human eye can see being 60 PPD. So, for example, the HTC Vive and Oculus Rift headsets have 10 and 12 PPDs respectively, but in comparison, the HoloLens 1 and HoloLens 2 headsets both have a much higher 47 pixels per degree. Though again, we're comparing holographic displays to traditional display panels, so you have to adjust your expectations in line with that. But the most impressive thing here is that the HoloLens 1 has a very narrow 34-degree diagonal field of view at that 47 ppd of clarity. The HoloLens 2, however, maintains that same level of clarity at 47 ppd, except over almost twice the diagonal field of view of the HoloLens 1, so around 52 degrees field of view. So the image looks just as sharp, but over a much wider area. And all of this is possible thanks to a new type of display Microsoft invented called a MEMS display, or Micro Electromechanical System Display, which is a combination of electrical and mechanical moving parts, including lasers, mirrors, and waveguides. Basically, a laser directs the image to a mirror, which spins at up to 54,000 times per second and splits light apart. The image then hits a waveguide, which consists of 2 glass panels etched to reflect holograms right into your eyeballs. In actuality, it's replicating your pupil. And because of hardcore design decisions, like having that mirror spin in resonance, it takes less energy to move, which means longer battery life or the ability to run higher specs on the same battery life. On the processor and operating system side of things, we're looking at a custom holographic projection unit 2.0, which is built on an ARM-based Qualcomm Snapdragon 850 and is a step up from something like the original HoloLens HPU1 or the Oculus Go Snapdragon 821 and Quest's 835. Then there's aluminium anodized cooling panels and heat piping that channels the generated heat away from your head. The operating operating system is courtesy of shared code from Windows, so you can run any universal Windows app, and the basic drivers from Windows are there that allow you to connect peripherals like a keyboard and mouse over Bluetooth. On the comfort and design side of things, the front enclosure is light carbon fiber, and a universal fit system which includes a halo-like headband with a dial on the back or an optional top strap ensures the headset is designed to fit around 95% of human heads right out of the box, including programs who wear glasses. It fits like a baseball cap, uses removable and cleanable memory foam to cushion your forehead, and has a better center of gravity than version 1 thanks to Microsoft splitting up some of the components and moving them from the front to the back. HoloLens 2 weighs the same as HoloLens 1 at 1.3 pounds or 590 grams, but it feels lighter due to the new distributed design. So then, what about how HoloLens 2 works with you? HoloLens instinctual interaction includes 25-point articulated hand tracking that automatically calibrates to your hands as you first move them. HoloLens 2 scans your world and lets you touch and interact with holograms like we haven't seen before, letting you reach out to resize and place objects just by grabbing the holograms themselves. Move sliders by pushing, pulling, or pinching and moving, and push buttons or even play a virtual keyboard. Even use voice control for opening windows or dictating and sending emails without a keyboard in sight. To sharpen everything up, the small cameras on the nose bridge pointing at each eyeball will automatically adjust the image you see so the headset is set to your specific IPD, or interpupillary distance, which is how far apart your pupils are. And those same cameras allow you to access your HoloLens through biometric iris recognition. There's a USB-C port to charge the unit and an expected 2 to 3 hours battery life. Tracking the headset itself is Microsoft's Azure Connect sensor array, named after the Microsoft Azure cloud service, and the Xbox Connect add-on, which scans your room and tracks your movements. The Azure cloud service part allows the HoloLens to receive super high-res holograms from the Azure cloud, instead of having to compute them all on the headset itself. Or it can hand off partial data to the cloud and compile both that and the image processed on the headset together and display the results to your eyes, provided you don't mind a little latency, which is still fucking insane. Azure spatial anchors let you pin holographic objects to your real-world space and allow a user wearing a HoloLens and another user with a smartphone or iPad to view the same thing in digital space, essentially transcending platforms. Spatial remote collaboration lets people meet up in the same real space via digital avatars. Type a note on your phone, hit send, and watch it appear right in front of you for others to read. And other cool stories from the land of holy shit we're living in the future. So who is all this for then? Well, as far as we know, only pre-approved enterprises looking to train their employees, whether that be doctors, architects, or mechanics, and so on, will be eligible to pre-order HoloLens 2. Companies such as Mattel for building toys or Philips Medical are other examples. Unfortunately though, with no dev kits announced, it doesn't sound like the commercial market is included at this stage, which also means the gaming side of things looks pretty grim right now. In saying all that, the founder and CEO of Epic Games, Tim Sweeney, announced Epic Games' full support for Microsoft's mixed reality strategy, saying that Epic's Unreal game development engine is supporting HoloLens right now, and
I believe that AR is going to be the primary platform of the future for both work and for entertainment.
So there's that. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section of this video. And while I'm a VR guy predominantly, what Microsoft are doing with HoloLens is innovative on so many levels, including immersion, comfort, and pushing the boundaries of what's possible with display technology. And though the second version of the headset isn't yet being opened up to the general developer, I'm sure a few will get around to the more hackable crowd, and you can stay locked here for updates. HoloLens 2 will arrive in 2019 at $3,500 US. So if you want to futuristically learn some people some knowledge for 3.5k a pop, then... And that's it for this video. You can help support this channel by grabbing exclusive rewards on Patreon, and if you like this video, then crush that like button, have your say in the comments below, and hit the XO logo to subscribe if you wanna. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.